a total of 14 more robots. Let's get cracking. Start 2019 the right way. First up, let's go for buying, because I haven't done a buying bit before. I was on... I can't remember what I was on. It might have been Etsy. I can't remember. But I discovered that Team Foxy do a 3D printed build your own Foxy. So I got that and I've painted it up and glued it all together, and there it is. It's sort of middleweight size in comparison to Dantomkia. It's very small. Smaller than Foxy should be in comparison to these. So I'm going to call it a middleweight and call it Foxy. And there you go. It has its lifter like so. And it did take a bit of cutting down to get it to fit in there and go right to the floor. No idea why, but there we are. That is Foxy. Moving on, we have some builds. I'll start with my RC builds. So we have Puck, that I have no idea why I made this, but I did. So there is Puck using one of the Hexbug mouse drives that I've cut down a bit. I'm actually quite happy with Puck, and at the same time very disappointed in myself. I made an RC duck from BattleBots, and I'm absolutely chuffed with it. Here it is. There is Duck. Now, this wheel, I've already driven it, obviously, and the paint came immediately off, so I need to redo the paint on that. But there it is. There is Duck, and it's got reddy orangey wheels. Duck has orange wheels. I don't have orange to go in there, so they're red until such time as I get orange, which I may or may not do. The beak itself is made of a Lego separator tool. This bit is a hard plastic. It's glued onto several bits of stick that I've painted silver colour, glued it to the weapon motor that used to be on a Witch Doctor, and it does lift up and it does come back down, and it is awesome. So there is RC Duck. Did you want to see it in action? You probably did want to see it in action, if I'm honest. You want to see if this duck head lifts up. Well, prepare to be amazed. The duck head works. It doesn't have any power to it. It doesn't actually lift a single thing, but there we are. And last RC build for you today is RC13 Black. And those of you who were watching last Christmas knew I was making this. I finally got it finished. It did take until January, but let's get that 13. Get that 13 there, and we've got that one there. The sides, when I sprayed them, became frosted, which was just perfect for me. We've got the black, we've got the green, we've got both spinners functioning. And I'll give you a demo of that now. Oh. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Sorry about that. It's working. Here we go. Oh yeah, double spin, double spin, boom. That is 13 officially done. 13 Black officially done. What am I saying? Okay. Other builds. So, I watched Anderson 9132's Christmas special, where a certain robot that used to be on Sam Elliott's, and then, oh, what was his previous name? Launch 95, I think. I want to say Launch. Let's just say Launch. Sam Elliott's old channel. A robot from his series that was then on Anderson's series that will now be on mine, probably. It's unique, a body spinner that spins on a single one of them. Can I find it? Yes, there we go. The classic table. So you set it on there, and it just spins like that, and is a full body spinner. Obviously, you put more force into it, but I was scared that I was going to absolutely whack it off the table. It is probably one of the biggest of the versions of Unique there was, so that's a thing. I also built my version of Megamorg, which is Mechamorg. And if you've been watching Last Christmas, you'll have seen Mechamorg before. But it's got a flipper at the front, and it's made using a can, rollover design, weighted at the bottom. Jobs are good. And Mechamorg, it is huge. It is really big. If I put it up against Dantomkia, come back here, Dantomkia. That's how much bigger it is than Dantomkia. It's big old thing. And I know some of you are wondering, but how big is it up against Foxy? Well, yeah. Okay, moving on. It's house robot time. Now, watch my announcement video for the Grand Slam Series 2, because Grand Slam 2 is happening, and I have built some new house robots after retiring Sir Killalot and Dead Metal. I'm going to be building another one. I definitely am going to build another one, and an oldie but a goodie of the woofing variety may be in the Grand Slam Series 2. I'll leave you with that. So here is Kodiak, which you will have seen in the announcement video if you've already watched that. So it has got these crushing or grabbing arms. They're grabbing arms, and then the lift there to take wherever. And it's also, if it gets flipped over, oh, let me do that properly. There we go. If it gets flipped onto its back, it has a Shremek there. 2-wheel drive. The smallest of the new house robots. And it's big already. So yeah, I'm quite happy with Kodiak. You can thank Anderson9132 once again for the name, because it's got bear claws, hasn't it? Kodiak is a type of bear. It's a breed of bear. Okay, Crisis is next. Crisis, I am thrilled with how it came out. It's perfect. So it is a tracked vertical spinner, and here it is. This is an absolute beast. Up against Dantomkia, which I use for scale, it is huge. The spinner is deadly. There it goes, look. Big tracked vertical spinner that can do masses of damage to any robot it faces. Take dear Foxy. Bye. He dead. Okay. There's Crisis. It's all done. I'm very pleased with it. Now, a house robot that I had built for Series 2 but is not going to be in Series 2 is called Colonel Carnage. And I know this is getting a bit of a stretch. So we had Sergeant Bash, which didn't roll, really. We have Major Damage, but I think Colonel Carnage has a certain ring to it. And here is Colonel Carnage. This is going to be a middleweight house robot. So it is very much Major Damage. But my version, so it has the grippy claw with lift, like so. It has got the big old axe on the front of it. 6-wheel drive, it's not tracked, and it has this rear pushing plough thing on the back as well. As I said, it's too small. It is just too small. If you put it up against Dantomkia, one of these two is going to come out on top, and it's not this one. I had just built Mechamorg, and all scale had gone out of the window. So I don't really know what happened there, but yes, he's going to be a middleweight house robot. Colonel Carnage. Updates for you to finish us off. Aftershock has had a new paint job, as you probably saw in the Grand Slam 2 video. So it is done now and won't change before Series 2. That's going in the box of other competitors for Series 2, and that's where it's going to stay until I film it. If you watched the first day of last Christmas, you'll have seen my new Sabertooth. Now, watching the Grand Slam Christmas special, Sabertooth had a lot of issues with it. It used to get stuck on its sides really easily, it used to get stuck on its back really easily, or its rear end. The drum used to break a lot, so I have fixed all of that. The drum is now glued, all of the sides are glued. It's a completely new shape. It's the Series 10 shape, as it should have been really. When I first built it, it has those nice exhausts at the back. It's got the weird thing on the top of it. It's just beautiful. A beautiful build, and very little of it is actually the original build. I have rebuilt most of it in a new way. I had to order a lot of parts for it. It is very, very delicately put together. There is some glue involved in how it went together, so I've cheated with a few methods of building, I think. But there we are. That is the new Sabertooth, and it looks awesome. I'm really pleased with it. Bulldozer has had a bit of a overhaul, really, in that I wasn't thrilled with how it looked, so I have updated it completely. It's a lot smaller now, but here is the new Bulldozer. More streamlined. Wheels that go the whole way round the back, and it can almost self-right, sort of, still. It's still got its lifter on the front. It has these two yellow bits here, just to help keep it propped up. And because of its size, I've actually made a couple of mini bots, and again, these were named by Anderson9132. Thank you, Anderson, for all these names. These are Bucket and Spade, because why not? That's just hilarious. So there is Bucket and Spade, the two little mini bots that go with Bulldozer. Two more for you. I shall finish on a big one. So it's another RC build. It is Beer Moth. So Beer Moth you've seen before, but I've updated it in two ways. Just two ways. First way is I've completely updated the top bit where it says Beer Moth. I've done that on a new bit of card. I've made it look prettier. It looks a lot better than it used to. The second thing I've done to it is added the jagged bits at the bottom to help get under robots, because it wasn't overly good at getting underneath other robots before. And that's also going to help with the structural stability, because it's attached to the actual flipper module underneath, and attached to the sides as well. So that should help keep it in one bit instead of bending it and buckling it, which it was doing before. So there's Beer Moth, the RC version. And lastly, but by no means least, Shunt has had the biggest upgrade to it. So, what have I done to it? The side bits look identical to what they did before, but they are attached in a new way, and a way that did not require any glue whatsoever. I may yet still add glue. There is one bit that is broken off that I need to re-glue, so there will be more glue going onto Shunt, but otherwise it's done. I've resprayed the back end, so it's not quite as shiny as it was in Series 1 and looks a bit more in line with the rest of the robot. The major update is with the front of the robot. And this is the current front end of Shunt. I'm still not happy with it. It doesn't have a low enough ground clearance, but the flipper does flip right up now, which is the main thing. I had talked about adding a couple of bits in here just to change the shape of it. I don't think it needs it. I think it's fine as is. It sort of looks like a demon, a devil, and I'm quite pleased with it. Just need to lower the ground clearance at the front. And that, as they say, is that. Those are your more robots for this month. I'm going to do it monthly, so more robots will come out every month, unless I'm super busy, like when I'm in Grand Slam time, or I'm away somewhere, or something like that. But I will always try and get more robots out, because I'm always building robots. I'm about to go and do the same now. Upcoming builds. I'm going to be needing this very soon. Ooh, smooth. I'm also going to be fixing Gabriel, because one of the side things came off and the other side is falling off. And I need to re-glue one of the weapons, I believe. The one that went wrong in Grand Slam 1, I've still not done that. What else am I doing soon? One more house robot, as I said. And then we'll see how it goes. Got a couple of ideas. In fact, I've got 10 robots that I've come up with myself. 10 new builds. So they will be coming very soon in the next more robots, potentially. Unless I don't do them all for the next one. In which case, they'll come soon. You'll see them. Don't worry. Okay. See you later.